How to attract a husband. Until about 70 years ago, this was an absolutely normal discussion. You would see it in magazines, in newspapers. Mothers and even grandmothers would have this discussion with their daughters. And then feminism came along. And feminism did two things. One, it brought in the idea that it would be normal for you to be regularly having sex with people you're dating. And two, it also introduced the idea that it's absolutely ridiculous that you would be seeking a husband. You might be seeking a boyfriend or a man to otherwise date or have sex with, but a husband? So you'll see that people will bring in old newspaper magazine articles from the 50s or the 40s saying, how to attract a husband, and just to ridicule them, because the modern sensibility is that this is so antiquated and ridiculous. But the ideas generally presented would be, domestic management, keeping a clean home, preparing tasty meals, being healthy, good hygiene, basic things. But as I said, when feminism came along, it just ridiculed the whole idea that you would A, want to attract a husband at all, and B, that you should, that you should be healthy and having good hygiene in order to attract a man. That was just no longer considered at all acceptable. So that this is no longer something that is taught culturally, and it's also no longer something that is passed on to our daughters. Another thing that I realized is that this is information that would really be passed on from mother to daughter or from grandmother to daughter. It's not something that passes from father to daughter. And I know this because I have young children right now, but even when they are older, old enough to date, my instinct as a man is more to just protect them from other men, and either to guard them myself and just threaten off any man that would get too close to my daughters, or to teach my daughters self-defense and just sort of warn them away from other men. So the sense that I would teach my daughters how to attract a man is not something that I really have to offer as a biological man. The other thing is that as a man, if you're watching this, chances are that you're deluded enough to think that you chose your wife. And if you are so deluded, that is another proof that you cannot teach your daughters how to attract a man, because you don't even realize that your wife chose you and you did not choose her. So men, we don't have this ability to show women how to attract the right man, the right husband, because we seldom even realize that how we came to be with our own wives. But this is information that used to be passed on to young women and is no longer so that women often get this sense that, okay, in order to attract a husband, in order to meet both my biological mating strategy and my biological protection strategy and my biological social status strategy, because it is natural as social human beings that a woman will be seeking a stable mating strategy, also known as marriage, a social standing strategy, and a strategy for being protected against harm. That is what we used to teach our daughters, but these young women are no longer receiving that information. And so as a result of that, they're often getting the sense that, okay, well, in order to attract a husband, I need to have sex, I need to put out sexually, I need to just show a lot of skin and be flirtatious and put myself into these situations which may not be the best thing for young women. So, something to think about. But again, it can't come from the men because we don't have that inside us. It has to come from older women who have a mature Christian or a mature Western understanding of what marriage can offer young ladies.